crazy. And speaking of greed, I mean, did y'all hear about that quiet boycott of Hawkeye? Like, who's at fault here this time? Is it Marvel or is it Disney? Because the artist David Aja.
Oh.
Yeah, they said they're using his logos and everything, his artwork on that comic run that they're basing the series off of, but he hasn't been paid.
But see, that's once again, that goes into the freelance thing, which we spoke on here before, is that when he did that X amount of years ago, he signed, it was work for hire. So he was like, I did this, I got paid for it, he got his residuals from the comic, and that was it.
And he didn't own the trademark.
He didn't own the trademark. It's not that he didn't trademark anything because it wasn't his to trademark. So when you do a work for hire in the past and you sign away and you say, all right, I'm done with this, is it really Disney's obligation at that point? Because you did what you were supposed to do and Marvel owns the work.
Yes.
Wow. That's why you don't sign. Don't sign.
So you gotta just be careful how you sign your stuff. When
Or have
you
a lawyer that can understand and read points.
See, that's the thing. That's always been that way in the comic industry, right?
Yeah.
It's always been work for hire.
It's work for hire. It's always been work for hire.
But then, like, some colorists been on whole runs, multiple runs across both houses.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
Right.
It's a job. It's a job. And so these are jobbers. Because there's rare.
But I thought some writers get a little check when they use their story.
Get a what?
Get a check. Get a check.
The ones who
check?
get that option and say, hey, if you use my stuff in something else, the guys who are thorough about their contracts.
Who own their business.
So own their business.
But that's different than a logo.
Like Logan, for example, Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
But that was a very specific story that existed in it. That's basically his story. They had no other reason to do a Logan story. Like, he came to them and said,
he got a check for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Millar got a check for it.
So Jim Starlin and Chris Claremont were the only smart guys in the Marvel Universe?
Nah.
Jim Starlin with Thanos and Chris Claremont with X-Men?
Hey, some people had a foresight to hang on to stuff.
Both of them were in the movie. Well, I know Chris Claremont was in 3 of the movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris Claremont is straight.
But it's, again, if you design a logo as a work for hire, just somebody says, hey, draw these letters. The name that I own, if we give an artist and say, here, draw Fly Nerd Group, they can't come back later if Fly Nerd Group, the way they drew it, shows up in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what? Normally I have to cinch my hands. But Bot Logic, I'm doing quantum computing now. Bot Logic said that I could actually concur with that. That does make good logic.
Wow, we making breakthroughs. Breakthroughs.
Congratulations, Flesh Man.
He said flesh.
What did he call you? Flesh bear?
Flesh bag, I guess.
Flesh Man.
Flesh bag.
Flesh Man.
Oh.
Flesh Man.
You all agreed, and then there was an insult.
Right. What can you do, you know?
That's the best.
As soon as the agreement was signed, I kicked him in the face.